The four main prescription drugs, referred to as study drugs, are all stimulant medications used to treat attention deficit disorder, ADD, and attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD. These drugs stimulate the central nervous system and affect attention, self-control, discipline, and hyperactivity. Concerta and Ritalin are trade names for methylphenidate. Focalin is a trade name for dexmethylphenidate, which is an active dextrorotatory enantiomer of methylphenidate. Adderall is actually a combination of 4 different stimulants, but the main one we will be looking at is dextroamphetamine. Starting with methylphenidate, also known as Concerta or Ritalin, we have a compound that belongs to both the phenethylamine and piperidine classes. Piperidines are very common building blocks in pharmaceuticals, and substituted phenethylamines are common stimulants, so it's no real surprise that this chemical structure grants methylphenidate its stimulant properties. Specifically, the mechanism of action is a dopamine reuptake inhibitor. It blocks both the dopamine and norepinephrine transporters, leading to increased synaptic concentrations of dopamine and norepinephrine. Dexmethylphenidate, or Focalin, is an enantiomer of methylphenidate. It is structurally similar and shares similar properties to methylphenidate as a dopamine reuptake inhibitor. Dextroamphetamines constitute 75% of the active ingredients in Adderall, and these belong to the phenethylamine class along with methylphenidate. We can see the chemical similarities here. Its mechanism of action is as a potent full agonist of trace amine-associated receptor 1, or TAAR1, and interaction with vesicular monoamine transporter 2, or VMAT2. The amphetamines diffuse across into the neurons of the host and reverse the direction of VMAT2 transporters, causing monoamine neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine to accumulate inside the neuron. The activation of TAAR1 receptors by amphetamines has a similar effect.
I've been up 3 days, Adderall and Red Bull.
Adderall and Red Bull.
I feel so pathetic.
That's the
You
recipe.
still haven't heard it all.
It's for everyone out there studying for finals right now. I know you got it.
Adderall and Red Bull.
See you on the other side.
I feel so pathetic. Maybe I'm the best.
And you can't do better, baby, you the best. Cause the baby, you the best. And I want you to think of me when you taking out your tests, yeah. I'm here to ease your mind and ease your stress. And I got another freestyler to get it off my chest, yeah. I can get the
6.5 hours later.
I can't let you walk away. You need a light one with me, so you could be my drug dealer girl. So you could be my drug dealer girl. So you could be my drug dealer girl.
Adderall is unique amongst the study drugs due to its relationship with methamphetamine, both in structure and efficacy. It can be seen here that dextroamphetamine, the main active ingredient in Adderall, is simply one methyl group away from becoming methamphetamine, also known as ice or crystal meth. Methamphetamine is a highly addictive illicit drug, and any relation at all to it should be treated with caution. Adderall is thus highly neurotoxic and addictive, but in appropriate doses it can be used in the treatment of ADHD and even narcolepsy. The side effects experienced by typical study drug users are generally amplified or worsened in Adderall users. As mentioned before, these 4 drugs are central nervous system stimulants. They increase attention, self-control, and discipline, and moderate hyperactivity by regulating monoamine levels in the body. In ADD and ADHD patients, the effects of these drugs counter or balance the symptoms of their condition. However, in recreational users with no pre-existing ADD or ADHD symptoms, the results are said to be an increase in mental focus and productivity. That said, there are also reported side effects. These can range from cardiovascular changes, such as irregular heartbeat and increased blood pressure, to hormonal changes, such as lowered sex drive and impotence. Euphoria and hallucinations are more common with higher doses, as dopamine levels in the brain begin to rise, Due to the sudden need to metabolize large amounts of accumulated dopamine, users can often experience exhaustion and depression as the body's supplies are used up.
Stronger than ever. After hour, work is never over. Work it